That's where you always go back to the adage that experience is the best teacher. You have to put in the effort, because if you don't put in the effort, you won't get the sound that you adore. The sound that I adored was what the guys were playing over there, not what I was playing. When I hit the congas, I hit them flat-handed, nothing was coming out. I hit them with my fingers, I would hurt my fingers. You have to condition. In order to play the conga correctly, you have to do it every day, just like if you were playing a guitar. If you were playing a brass instrument, if you were playing a piano, you have to practice every day so that you get the feel, the conditioning, so that you can, without even looking at it, it will produce the sound that you desire, the sound that you're looking for. So I was hitting it like this and that, and I wasn't getting the sound. So I said to a neighbor, I said, who was a conga player, I said, how do I get that sound? How does that sound come about? I said, well, you got a brand new skin. What you have to break it in. I said, okay, what he meant, what breaking in is, you have to keep on hitting it so that it's twofold. The skin gets oily from the oils in your skin, and it gets conditioned to a point where it will make the sound that you want to make. Plus, your hands develop calluses that provide the harder surface that will produce the sound with less effort. So you're not beating yourself out, just trying to produce that sound. Anyway, I ended up taking the conga apart.
Several times.
Several times, yes. I was getting to that. Thank you. Yes, I ended up taking the conga apart several times, turning it upside down, taking it to the bathtub, putting water in it, putting oil in it, soaking it, drying it in the sun, putting it back together, and I still wouldn't get the sound that I wanted. Therefore, not enough practice, you don't get it. Anyway, in 1971, I put this aside.
Who's the song?
Huh?
Who's song?
Willie Colon. Should be Willie Colon. Do we have him?
Just give me the name of this. I'm sorry. I'm sure I have him. Give me the name of the song. Give me the name of the song.
Te conozco. Te conozco. Moving along, 1971, about springtime, I was invited to go to the Aragon Ballroom. And I said, okay. I was invited by a local group, singer of a local band, because his group was the opening act. They called themselves La Union. The guy that I was going to see set the pace for me, set the idea, planted the seed for me to become a trombonist. His name was Willie Colon, born in Puerto Rico and spent most of his life in New York. And up to the time, all this time, I did not know until I did research that he didn't speak Spanish very well. I went to the Aragon Ballroom, and I heard that. I went up, as in the Aragon Ballroom, as in a lot of places, people go up there and look at him, and are dumbfounded. I mean, I was dumbfounded when I heard him play. I said, that's the instrument for me. Because he played with such authority and such a force, it resonated throughout the Aragon Ballroom, and there were thousands of them. I said, that's my instrument. I never got a chance to meet him, but a couple months later, I said to my mom, I said, Mom, I gotta play that horn. I gotta play that horn, because I would walk around, I would get the songs, I would put them, in those days they were LPs or 45s. I would get the song, I would be walking around, not knowing what the heck I was doing. But I said, I gotta make it real. I said, Mom, I gotta play that horn. I gotta play that horn. So, 1971, my mother got me lessons at the high school that I was playing. that I was assisting, which was Gordon Technical High School. And to a lot of to my teachers' amazement, I had a professional sound from the get-go. That is something that's phenomenal for anyone on any instrument. Modern technology, it takes a while. It does take a while.
Wow, I got to find noviembre or cumbia.
No, it's a guaguancó. They call it a guaguancó, mambo. One of the two.
Okay. Bamban, B-A-N.
B-A-N-Q-U-E-R-E. What does that mean? Well, querer means I want you, but ban would have a meaning unto itself.
Oh.
Would have a meaning unto itself. It comes from probably a African origin, because a lot of the percussion and everything, the rhythms are followed from African origin. You got it? And then four, and we. We played it at the same, in the same key. But they had no use for the rest of my band. They wanted me to come in and help them. I was very honored. When you do something like that for a big star, you're very honored. What I can tell you, that was circa 1976. Following that, we had a big disco craze, big disco era. And I left that group because it had disbanded somewhat through maybe hard times, people wanting to move on, people were dissatisfied with not being able to move on. So I just said, I'm just letting it go. Me not being a quitter, I just said, well, I have to find myself new blood. I have to find a new thing to do. I went to the southwest side of Chicago, and I got with a group. We called ourselves Side Pocket. And our motto was Side Pocket, Who Gangster Your Ear. That year, we were very plastic because we played a lot of numbers that were well known in the disco era. In 1978, I decided to drop everything here that was done. I felt that I needed to complete my education. So I went down to Southern Illinois University, where jazz funk was on the rise. I didn't play for any of those bands, but I can tell you they were pretty good. And my standard of playing still remained as strong as up here. And I was asked to play for a couple of groups within the university, namely the concert band, the jazz band, and they call themselves the Jazz Funk Band because they emulated the jazz funk sound, but they had the charts to back them up, so it was more precise. Coming back here in 1980, things kind of dragged up. People were basically, from the early 70s to the mid 70s, the word on the street, when you wanted to join a group, they wanted to know, first thing they would ask you, do you sight read? Are you a killer sight reader? Do you read? First, can you hit the ground running, sight reading? Nowadays, from then and now, it's, do you know the tune? If you don't know the tune nowadays, a lot of groups will push you aside. The music of today is not so much live music, it's recorded. They downsize because of the economy. When that degrades the original sins or degrades the original sound that was produced, because they want the club owners and the ballrooms, they want to save money, so they have recorded samples of what used to be live horns, live harps, live violins. They want to downsize that. So if they see what used to be honored as back in the day, I would say 1970 and 1978 and before, it was nothing at all to see a band of 18 people. You have 6-piece brass and the like, and on, what used to film and everything else. But now, if you come to an establishment and you have more than 7 people in your group, they don't want to hire you because they feel it would cost too much, and rightly so. It's live music and playing music is a labor of love, but it is work. It takes time, and you have families to support. I don't know anybody today in my personal life who is playing for a living. You know, they have a job and they have their music is actually their second job. You must practice, you must get the music, which costs money, and you've got to hone it to perfection or else it won't come out to where it would crowd please. And that's what you want. If you don't please the crowd, you have to get out of the way, and they'll make way for someone else. I would say that after this year makes my 40th year on trombone, I'm still going strong. I would say to anyone who has picked up an instrument, be it trombone, brass, be it percussion, pick it up, learn it the best you can, keep going at it, because it's worth it, and it will take places that you never dreamed of. Thank you.